What's up everybody, it's me back at it again, another video for you guys today, and today we got ourselves TOP walkthrough. Yes, although it does say I have 24 energy, but I will get it done whenever I get the other energy. But I'm gonna do it now, just because I feel like it, alright? Let's get into the team. See what we're working with here. As you can see, I managed to get Basha, the 10, Tor and Baby, the 6. Everyone else is 5, which is what you want at a bare minimum, is number 5. But that's all I have to say. I said we get straight into doing this here after I change this thing to power level. Okay, let's get into it. With our first match being right in front of us. And it is going to be a simple fight. This team. Yay, let's get into it. This is the way I'm going to be doing this here. I only have the Baby on because, well, I mean, like, there's 2 yellows on there's 2 purples on the team. So, I might as well rest 2 greens. So yeah, I said we get straight into it. Okay, the formation is going to be this Goku. Then get rid of this Krillin. This Gohan. 17, Rosie and Kakunsa. In all honesty, I forgot the way I did this before. I think I might have done GT for the 2 GTs first, then Frieza Saga, then Rival Universe. The only thing I know is that do Rosie and Kakunsa last is the way I do it personally. So I said we get straight into it. Coming out of that fight, pretty solid, full kill and everything. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's move on. Our next fight being this fight, this stage to our right, which is primarily blue. So we're going to get rid of our yellow and slap on everyone else. Literally, the only thing you need to do is just put on everyone that isn't yellow. That's it, because this is literally just red and then metal cooler. So yeah, I'll skip it to like the end of it, but just whoever you want to, just put them into the allocated tiles. I won't show that. I'll just skip to the result. Okay, so yeah, anyways, the formation, I forgot to say this here. I was going to do the formation. I did say skip the result, but I need the formation done. So, the way I suggest doing this here is get rid of the droids first because they're the most updated unit. Then get rid of this 13 because he gains a special move on the 3rd turn, I believe. So it's better to get rid of him. Then I suggest getting rid of Tapion, Metal Cooler, Rose and then 17. Since he's an EX, he's easy enough to get rid of, so you might as well just leave him for last. So I said, let's see how we do this. Coming out of that fight. Alright, not too bad. Probably should have subbed off the red. I'm only realizing that now. But, oh wait, didn't even kill him. Probably because we had a red there. Okay, so make sure you have, if you're running my team, make sure you have the red off. Make sure you have fascia off, the red fascia off, and put them on for the Bardock. I'm an idiot for doing that, I forgot. But I digress. If you're running some other team, well then just get rid of all your reds, because they have no need to be on there. Just put on your blues and your greens and your purples. That's you. So let's move on to our next fight. That being this 4th stage against this piss easy fight. So you know what way we're doing this here, boys. Okay, so I'm gonna put it like, actually wait, no, yeah, no, I'm gonna put it like this here. I'm gonna keep it like this here because we essentially counter his team. Bardock is only there just for like a substitute if a green dies, but we'll digress from that and let's just get into the fight. Okay, so let's see, the usual formation. Get rid of these 2 first because Beerus can't attack on 2nd turn and Gohan has the blue card. Unless you're really confident, well then attack Beerus first, but I'm attack Gohan first because Fascia has her blue card ready. So that's why. So then we get rid of the Piccolo, Whis, Bulma, and Charlotte. The god formation for this team, so I say we get into it. Okay, so we're looking not too shabby, I guess. We got the full kill, which is always good. But our units are looking a bit meh, but we'll digress from that. Obviously, rank 10's doing all the work, but we'll leave that and move on. With our next fight being this 5th stage, against a with a decently easy team. So, let's get into it. Not to be fair, I'm going to keep with this here. Until there's like a purple on the team, I don't see the point of bringing out the Shugesh. So I'm going to keep it like this here. But if there's someone like worse for wear, well then obviously I'm going to swap them out. But let's move on with the fight. Okay, for formation, get rid of Kaioken first, then get rid of the Gohan, Namek, Goku, Bojack, Zanya, and then Frieza. Go for Frieza at the end, because since our units are primarily blast based, it's better if we go for the Frieza at the end because he gets a blue card off of a blast. And if he gets it off, well then we'll know exactly who he hit because there's only one type of advantage and we already know who that is. So I say we just move on anyways. Coming out of that fight, you know what? I don't think we did. So you know what? That's a pretty good run. Borgos is looking a wee bit worse for wear, but we can digress from that, and we can move on as well. Let's go. Next fight being this stage. I wouldn't say it's like the best looking stage, but it's definitely better than what the hell this thing is. If you want to go for here, that's 100% fine. Get away, because we're going to end up you doing this stage, which is easy enough. So I mean, like, I'm gonna go with the stage because I feel like as if it's a quote unquote easier stage than the LOE. So yeah, I say we move on. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be the way I'm gonna be formatting the team. Actually, wait, no, this probably be better. Although it's probably best to have like Shugesh like underneath someone. I want to get him healed. And I don't know, I forget whether or not Fasha does the board wide heal or if it's another heal. But let's just move on from that and let's get into the fight formation. The formation we're going to be going with here. I suggest getting rid of Ultra Gogeta first. He's the Ultra, so his kit is going to be bloody insane, so it's better to get him off quickly as you can. Any of the other units, I have no idea, other than Super Janemba here, the red one, and the purple one. Those are the only two. And I think Gogeta just has like the red one has a special action against Strike with a green card, like the other two with the blast, but I have no idea. So I suggest getting rid of this Janemba first. Then this Janemba, Pycon, this Gogeta, and then this Vegeta. I'll let you know any whatever, whenever we finish this here. So let's get into it. Coming out of that fight, Basha and Borgos are looking worse, and holy Jesus Christ, I think we just barely managed to survive Janembas here, but we never got the full kill. Probably because of the Gogeta. So, yeah. But other than that, Borgos and Fasha are not looking good. Rest of the team, though, pretty solid, and we have 3 supers on the way, which is pretty good as well. Let's move on. Next fight being obviously this 4-Fist, because this 4-Fist is, although we've already done this here, but this one is just really easy, and then you can either go over here, but then you have to go over here. Which, to be fair, we are going to go for, but now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably actually going to go for here. I'm going to go for here. I would suggest still probably following my path I made out, or you can go with my new path that I'm now just creating out of thin fucking air. Okay, so let's move on. So yeah, this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing the formation right here. I have the Tora and Fasha together beside Borgos because he's in desperate need. And since Tora gives off health restoration and then Fasha just heals that way, it's best if I just put those two together, because that's the way you're technically meant to be running them, is those two on either end of the board. And then whoever the hell you want in the middle. That's the way it should be run, but that's not the way I do it because of specific reasons. But let's just move on and get into the fight. Okay, so let's see. Since we never technically killed the 17 at the end, but I feel like as if the original formation still works pretty well. So I'm gonna go with the same formation with droids 13. Actually, instead of Tapion, get rid of Cooler because he has a bit of a more newer kit. Then Tapion, Black, and then 17. Let's see how this does. If it doesn't work out, then if we encounter the team again, just go with my first formation. That's all I'll say. Let's get into it. Coming out of that fight. Alright, not fair enough. He's dead. But we got the full kill. Okay, so you know what? That formation is definitely better than what we had beforehand. So go with this new formation. Cooler third than Tapion. But Borgos is dead, so we're going to have to use Bardock for the rest of this here. which I'm not really comfortable with. But we'll digress from that and move on. Next fight, obviously being this easy stage, so pretty self-explanatory what we're doing. I said we get straight into it. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna put Baby here to give him like an extra 18%, so that's 48% of his HP being. Actually, wait, no. This Fosh is at 19, he's at 35, he can live for another round, hopefully. But, see, I mean, yeah, you know what, actually, I'll take him off. Put him on, there you go. Fascia is not going to get healed to absolute mentality, so let's get into the usual formation, as we do. Gohan and the two greens, then Whis, Bulma, Charlotte. The way we did before, the way we're doing it again, let's get into it. Coming out of that fight, Fascia is now dead, alright. Okay, fair enough. Got the full kill regardless, though, so I'll take that. But Fascia's dead, so we're going to have to use whoever the hell we have at the moment, so this is going to be hell. Okay, so let's see, we ever go this one, which is a no. But I already showed you where we're going, which is this one. It's very blue heavy, and there is a healer, so we're going to have to deal with him. Let's get into it. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing this team. Actually, wait, it's probably better if I have this here. This is the way I'm going to be doing the team here. Only reason being is because this, Tora does give, like, well, actually, it just gives extra damage in general. So, okay, so yeah, you know what, have it the original way, have it this way. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, let's see here. It's a bit of a difficult spot, but since this Broly is super old, we're not running hybrids, so we don't need to worry too much about the Gokua. So I suggest getting rid of the healer first. Again, this is more of a test run because I have no idea about this team at all. So I say get rid of the healer, which is Gamma 2. Then I suggest getting rid of Gokua, although we don't need to care too much, but it's probably better if we get rid of him. Get rid of this Tapion, then get rid of Gohan, Fisku, and then this Broly. This Broly is super old, so his kit is just absolute dog water, so we can just skip by that and get straight into the match, see how well we do. Alright, coming out of that fight, Baby's dead. You are taking the absolute piss. We didn't kill Goku. He was a smidge away. That's stupid. But you know what, to be fair, that formation worked brilliantly. Although Baby's dead, so it's a bit of a downside, but we'll live with that. And yeah, I say we move on. With our next fight being not this one, but this Free Fist stage, because it's the easiest one we have available to us, so I say we get straight into it. Okay, so yeah, that's the way I'm gonna be doing this here. I've literally changed nothing other than put Borgos on. Only reason being is because this baby Vegeta only does blast defense, but although it does do blast attack, Borgos also does that, but it's only for Team Bardock, which everyone here is, and also because most of the team at the moment is strike oriented, I believe. So it's better to have a strike defense at the moment rather than blast defense. Again, I think, do not quote me on that, it could be more blast oriented. I have no idea, let's move on. Alright, so let's see, formation, get rid of the support immediately. Then I suggest getting rid of Chi-Chi, this 21, Boo, and then Sin. I forgot his name for a minute. But yeah, no, I say just zigzag here. Feck it, let's go. Coming out of that fight. Alright, no, fair enough, fair enough. Got the full kill, although we're near dead anyways, so that's good. Let's move on. Next fight being either this 4th stage. Actually, what we're doing is 4th stage. I don't know what I'm doing. This is in my original pattern, so let's do this. Okay, see, I know this is the way I'm going to be doing this here. Again, most of the team is strike oriented because I think the Whis is actually, wait, no. Most of them are actually blast. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's move this here and do this here. Okay, so this is going to be fun. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see here. Gohan, Beerus, Piccolo, Whis, Bulma, Shallow. Let's do this, baby. Coming out of that one. We're all still alive. We didn't kill Shallow, but I don't care. We got 2.6 million. I'd take it for a 10.6 bonus. Pretty good. Next fight being either this 5th stage or this 3 fist. At the moment I say you can, okay, so the way I say it, if your units are actually good and healthy, go for the 5 fist, which is on my original pattern, but if your units are near dead, like mine, I'm gonna go with, let's go with this here 3 fist. see how well we do this here. Let's just pray to God as well. Okay, so this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing this team here. Um, Again, I just swapped out Borgos for Baby because most of the team is strike based, so it's best to do that. I say we get straight into it. Probably gonna lose everyone, if not the three shit units. Okay, let's see here. And since I've said that the original formation actually worked pretty well, let's go with that. So in other words, Gamma 2, Gokua, Tapion, Gohan, Fisku, and Broly. Since this worked actually very well last time, we almost killed them. This is the best formation we can come up with. So let's get into it. Coming out of that fight. Oh wow, Shugesh actually lived. And I mean, again, it's something similar to last time, but that we had less units. So yeah, you know what I said, let's go win. Let's definitely go for that formation. So let's move on for our final fight, which we're probably gonna lose, which is this one. So we could just might as well set up the formation, but I'm not going to show it because we are most likely going to die. So I'm probably just going to skip to the result. Yep, and as I had thought, we had lost. Not surprised, but we did manage to actually kill the Frieza somehow. But you know, that's fair enough. I said we just move on and now start this all over again. Because now we can actually do this side. Or alternatively, we can keep it the free fist here. And actually, you know what? I would just keep it the free fist. And I would just skip till we get to the fight we lost. So, yeah, let's get into it. And as I had told you before, this formation works. Alright, let's get moving on to our next fight, which is obviously this one. Or if you want to, for some reason, go to here. But that means you're leading to this one, which is just a no-go. Because we have whoever the fuck this black is doing. This one, which is just no. Or this one, which we essentially tried to avoid previously, but is probably even worse because it has Cooler. And Mecha Frieza. So yeah, that's why I decided to go with this one, because this is the easiest. So yeah, let's move on to this Fourth Fist. Okay, so let's see, this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing the team. I would put the bar, I would have Shugesh, but 2 reds. That's the only reason why I have him there. So yeah, I said we just move on after I actually put Baby up here. Because no one can get their super, so it doesn't matter. Let's move on. Okay, let's see the formation. Obviously get rid of this Frieza first. Although I think he hits with a can't attack at the beginning, but it doesn't matter. He gives debuffs for every strike card or blast card, whatever one he does. He uses and hits with us, so yeah, let's get rid of him. Then I suggest getting rid of... to be fair, I would say get rid of the Gogeta or the Broly, but their strike cover changes, which actually, well, to be fair, half of our team actually does cover, so I suggest getting rid of the Broly first, because we have no purples, so Gogeta can't really do too much. Then I suggest getting rid of this Vegeta, then Gogeta, and then the 2 EXs, because they can go down easily enough. But Broly, I think, is a bit more tanky than the Frieza, so that's why I'm going to put him last. So I say we move on. Coming out of that fight, pretty good. Fucking son of a bitch. How do we not kill Frieza? Is my question. I have no idea. Probably a lot of strike cover changes, but I digress. Yeah, actually, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, essentially half of our team was strike here. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, essentially 5 supers, which is pretty good going to this 5-fist stage. Which is kind of what we half wanted, but I think like 2 of them is going to be coming off because the amount of greens here. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing the formation right here. I didn't put on a Shugesh because, I mean, oh, there is only 1 purple, but we can deal with that. Although let's just realize there's no greens. And there's also no reds on the team. Actually, there's 1 red, but we can deal with him easily. You know what, Borgos, you get off for a minute. Alright, so you know what, this is going to be the formation right here, so I said we get straight into it. Okay, let's see the formation. Get rid of this Frieza first, then I suggest getting rid of Cooler. Shisami, Frieza, Gohan, and Vegeta. The Vegeta, to be fair, can go down easily enough, so that's why I put him last, and I think this is the original way I've always done it. I can't remember for the life of me. But I'm a digress, and like I said, we get straight into it. Coming out of that fight, pretty good. We got the full kill and everything. 2.5 million. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Alright, I say we move on. For our next fight being either this one or this one. To be fair, we've never seen either team. But I think, I forget what I had in my original passing, but I think I had this stage here. Only reason being is because I thought this was a bit more easy. I think that was the only reason because there is like instant transmission, a cover change, debuffs, more debuffs. I think I have no idea about that Vegeta, but I might digress. So I think since this here like has a lot more like counter abilities, I think going for here with less counters is probably the way to go. If I'm wrong and you want to still do the stage, then it's just going for get rid of the cell because, again, I think he is a debuffer, so go for him first. Then it's just getting rid of instant transmission Goku. Then this Gohan. Actually, do this here. The cell, since he is like a blast cover change base character, then this here in the order of EXs. This is the way I maybe is probably the better formation. But if you're going to continue with me, let's get into it. So I'm going to put this here as the formation. Okay, back off. I've took off Fasha because there's too many blues on her. I haven't put the baby back on, although I should because he is friendship rank 6, as I did show at the beginning, but I'm going to keep him off because it's green. Essentially, it's like a third green, so it's better to just put on one blue and just have her stack it off. So, yeah, let's go in with this formation. Okay, so let's see the formation. I say get rid of this cooler first because, again, he's the most recent character, so his kit will be definitely a lot better. Then I'd suggest going for this Goku, this cooler, Vegeta, and Gohan. Gohan's an EX, but I think he is extremely tanky. Because from my previous experience of hybrids, he actually did live quite a bit. That's the only reason why I'm saying he might be a bit tanky, but leave him for the end. Again, I have no idea about this team or the other team. So I say we just go on and just deal with it. Coming out of that fight. What? Oh, nope, it hasn't. Oh, there it is. Alright, Borgo took a wee bit of a hit. And we didn't kill the Vegeta. No, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. We're okay. Again, we don't know too much about the team. But obviously, whenever I'm like explaining it, I'll probably get their kits up and show exactly what they do, up until to the point where we just move on to the next fight, which is right now. And our next fight is being either this 4-fist, this 4-fist, or this 3-fist. To be fair, it's all easy enough, but if we go with this one over here, then we have to end up with this, which is easy enough. This one. Or this one, which is, to be fair, it's not too bad. To be fair, if you go over this left side, you're getting quite easy fights, actually. So you are. So, and to be fair, if you're going to end it up off, to be fair, this side here, you want to try and get over towards this side because it has this fight. You don't want to deal with this here. Just know. Again, if you really want to... I'm probably gonna go this way because this is the original pathing and it has like fairly similar teams on teams we've already dealt with. That's the only reason why I went the other section. But if you really want to go this pathway, I'll probably like have like the screenshot of the map and then like a blue path going that direction, or something. I'll have something going that direction. So other than that, again. You can go with this one here as well if you really want to, but I'm going to go with this one because this is easy enough. Okay, so this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing the formation here. It's just essentially a color counter, but with Fasha on this here because I'm going to need someone to like help with the damage, I guess. So yeah, this is the way I'm doing this. Let's get into it. Okay, let's see the formation. The same as we did before. Kaioken, Bojack, Gohan, Goku, Basha, and then Frieza. That's the way we did before, and it succeeded. So I said we do it again, and let's get into it. Coming out of that fight, Fasha took a massive hit, I can tell that much. And we did avoid Freeze's super, so that's a good sign, definitely. But Fascia, I think, took a massive couple of blows from the Blues, which is the only explanation I can think of, so let's move on. Next fight is this fourth stage, obviously, because it's essentially what we showed beforehand. And to be fair, I don't need to show you this tile. I'm literally going to skip to this formation, but just put a strike unit and a special move unit that you have near it. A unit that has a near full special move gauge, like about 90 to 95%, because it should. And I'm saying this here very lightly, it should at 90% be able to super off. So yeah, let's move on. Coming out of that fight, pretty good. 2.5, we got the full kill and avoided Freeze's super attack, and Fascia is still alive. So that's pretty good. And we have a super on the way, so that's also good. Alright, so for our next fight is either a stage we've done or hell. I'm gonna go with the stage we've done. Which, to be fair, it's the same formation because that formation does work. But that was on a 3 fist instead of a 4 fist or a 5 fist, so this is the real test that formation works. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, so this is going to be the formation we'll be doing with here. Actually, wait. Okay, there it is. Now it's sort of... Okay, because I want Tor to give as much buffs as I can. Because, yeah. So as do we move on? Okay, so the formation. As I said, we're doing the same as what we did beforehand with the 3 fists. 17, 18... Excuse me, 13. Metal Cooler. Tapion. Rose. 17. If this does like a full kill, if not a extremely close full kill, I'm happy enough. So let's move on. Coming out of that fight. Oh, do we? Okay, no, again, best formation. Do that formation, you'll always be guaranteed essentially a full kill. Although to be fair, units are looking like absolute ass, but at the moment, still pretty good. Halfway HP is still good. And we have 2 supers on the way, so that's also pretty good. So let's move on. Next fight being either this 5 fist stage, which is no, or this 3 fist stage, which is also no. So to be honest, I forget what way I had my initial pathing, but I think it's this here. Because the only reason being is because this here is technically quote unquote easier. Only because it's a 3 fist stage, so we're gonna have to try our best to strategize this here. Because we have 2 recent units and a essentially blindness unit. So yeah, that's gonna be hard. Okay, so again, I forget what way my original path was, but whatever it is, follow it. And if this is the original path, then well, then I pray to God that you actually do survive this. But since it's a 3 fist, it should be easy. Again, do not quote me on this, but it should be easy. But this is our formation, so I still get into it. Okay, let's see here. First off, we're getting rid of Ultra Broly first, because he's the Ultra unit. That's the only reason. Now the only question is, do we get rid of Mai first, or do we get rid of the droids first? Because I feel like as if we can't even get rid of Broly first, because I think Mai does it on the second turn. It's either the second or the third turn she does it on. If it's the second turn, well then we're going to have to try and get rid of Broly immediately, then her. But that's not going to happen. But if it's the third turn, we can maybe go for the droids. But for the sake of our survival, I'm going to go with the droids. Then Super 13, Mai, Black, and then Cell. To be fair, this is something I tried to avoid, but we're going to have to deal with, unfortunately. So I said we just get straight into it and just hope for the best. Coming out of that fight, we lives. We didn't kill Black, but I don't care. We actually did live that, which is shocking to say the least. With Tora and Baby Vegeta essentially at the same HP. Same thing with Borgos and Shugesh. You know, I'll take it, 100%. Let's move on. The next fight either being this 3 fist, which is what we've already done before. This 5 fist, which is what we've done but no. Or this 5 fist, which, to be fair, is easy enough. I think in my original pathing, I had that, and then I went, okay, so yeah, no, I'd say go for this one. If your units are like mine, go for this one because they're most likely not going to survive the rival universe. So let's get into this one. Okay, so this is going to be the way I'm going to be doing the formation. It does look a bit wonky, but again, this is a 3/5 stage, so we can technically like leave it off. But I want to see if we can try and maybe keep that fascia alive and give Borgos Shugesh his super attack extra buff damage. So you know what, let's move on. Okay, so the formation GT Goku, and then I suggest getting rid of Super 17 because just why not? We have two blues, so you might as well get rid of him. Then Krillin, Gohan, then the rival universe girls. So yeah, let's move on. Coming out of that fight, you know what, we're still pretty good, 2.4 full kill, let's get her done. We have a super, and we just launched one. Nice, okay, fair enough. Let's move on with this fight here, which is easy enough because this one is just the same thing, but if we go up here, yeah, no, I don't think so. Because then after that, you either have this one, which is easy enough, or this one, which is the exact same fight. But I don't want to be dealing with this here. I'd rather deal with this here because it's actually easy. So yeah, let's move on with this Four Fist. Okay, this is why I'm going to be doing this here. The only reason being is because it's red, yellow, purple, and green. So it is. It's red, yellow, purple, green. And we essentially just do like a full color counter. So yeah, I'd rather keep my two greens alive. The other ones, which are essentially useless, but who cares? Let's move on. Okay, let's see here. Our formation is this Goku. Then get rid of Turles. Green Goku. Actually, wait, no, wait. Yamcha, Krillin, Goku, and then Vegeta. I forget what the formation is already. That's how you know I'm a professional. This so it is. All right. Yeah. All right. So, otherwise, if it doesn't work, then do Krillin. Then actually, well, it's probably the formation I did before. I usually do. So you know what? I say either do this one, or if you want to, just swap the Goku and the Krillin about. That's the only way. Those are the only two like variations of this team you want to go up against. So I say we get into it. Coming out of that fight, everyone's still looking alive. Nice, 3.8 million. I'm got the full kill. Nicely done. Let's move on. With our next fight being this fight for stage, which we've already shown you. And technically, if we died here, actually, wait, hold on. Let's see. If we want to get the five, if we want to get the 5 fist, make 5 win streak bonus, we would want to die at least here because that way we would do 1, 2. Actually, wait, no, we would have to die here because that way we have 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5th. So either one. To be fair, we've only died once so far, and at most, no. To be fair, I'll make it like a full like tutorial guide thing in the future of the entirety of PvP and how to do it every single season. That's the only way that I'm gonna be able to explain it completely. So yeah, let's move on with this fight here. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have it like this here. I'm gonna get Tora his special move because that way I can easily kill a green. So yeah, it's better we do this here. I say we get straight into it. Okay, the formation. Boo tanks first, then get rid of Fidel, the two purples, Gohan, and the Vegeta. The way we've always done it, this should still technically work. So I say we get straight into it. Coming out of that fight, pretty good. 3.1 million, avoided his super attack, which is always the best thing to do. So yeah, I say we move on. Next, and our final fight of the video, either this 5-fist stage or this 3-fist stage. And to be fair, if you want to actually just continue, because 12 here, 13, 14, if you want to try and get to the 15 win streak bonus, I say we just try to do the easiest fights we can. So I definitely suggest just going for the easiest fights you can find, and then just do them. If you can, make it. But if you can't, well then, go with this 5-fist stage, because again, it's simple enough, and then just do this formation here. Just do this formation and then do whatever team you can. But if you want to see if we can try and do it, I'm gonna do this one and see if we can get to our 15th win streak bonus, because if we can, well then it's a massive dub in my book. Okay, this is why I'm gonna be doing the formation here, because we're gonna again try and get a color counter. And even if we let Tora die, it's okay. For the time being, it's okay. Because we still have 200 units. And we can still technically make it because I want to see if we can try and keep Fasha alive. If Tora dies, well then it's kind of a bit of a bummer, but if we can keep Fasha alive for the last like 2 fights, well then we'll be fine. So I say we move on. Okay, for our final fight, I'm gonna get rid of Pycon first, obviously. Get rid of him. Then I suggest getting rid of the Super Saiyan 4. Then get rid of Omega. Then get rid of Zamasu. And then our 2 EXs at the end. Doesn't matter which one you go for. Just go for them. Because to be fair, they're interchangeable. But these 4 are our primary targets. So let's get into this. And coming out of that fight, Tor lived. I'll 100% take it. Full kill, everything. So I said that's the biggest win in our book. And everyone is at least, and every other character other than Tor is at least half HP. So that's pretty good. Okay, so at the moment we have 53 million. And to show you the rest of my path I'm going to do this here because I initially had this here, which is just no. Actually, I probably had this here. Again, I'll have it on the right hand side, but it's this here. Then we'll do this here, and then we'll finish off with this here. Like for now, anyways. But again, I'm gonna do this here whenever I get the 1 energy, and then we will do this fight and then this fight to end off the season at like the possible highest note at the moment to be in. Right, boys, we're back with the 1 energy that we need to finish this off with our 25 energy, and this is going to be our final match of the video. So I say we get straight into the formation. Okay, so this is going to be the way we're going to be doing this here. I've decided to keep those 2 off because I want to try and save them for the final battle. So, yeah, I say we get straight into it. Okay, so the attack formation is going to be Golden Frieza, get rid of Whis, get rid of Buhan, Janemba, Beerus, Chilled. So yeah, I say we get straight into it. Coming out of that fight, nicely done. Nearly 3 million, I'll take it. Full kill, and we have 2 supers on the way, so that's always a good sign. And now, time to see where we end up in the leaderboard with 56 million. 78 million. I get 22, but you know what, let's see where we end up. You know what, I'll take that, 1684. That's pretty good. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy. Be sure to smash like and subscribe, and I shall see us all in the next video.